most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schultz, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
We are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
On the internet, of course, Bob.
Today we're going to talk about the top 10 tips for people who stand all day. This was a request.
What did I say?
What did you say?
I didn't say in our opinion, did I?
What'd you?
In our opinion, of course, Bob. Are we going to redo it?
You're throwing off the flow here,
Sorry,
Brad.
Bob.
So, top 10 tips for people who stand all day. This was requested by a barber, one of our subscribers.
Right.
There's also hairdressers, counter workers, checkout personnel, machine operators.
Exactly. The list goes on.
Yeah. So, if you're going to stand all day, and this can give you problems if you're doing it wrong. So, we're going to make sure we go over that.
Oh, yeah.
If you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free. And we upload every day. Also, you want to join us on our social media channels because we're always giving away something.
What's today, Bob?
Today, we're giving away the Ergonomics Innovations donut cushion. This is great for people who are having tailbone pain or sit bone pain, or you just have a bony butt, or you just don't like sitting on it. So,
say no more.
If you go to bobandbrad.com and go to giveaways, the giveaway section is always on there. It's always on Facebook, too. So,
red one, yes.
The red one. There we go. All right, this is the one, Brad, the first one. This actually, I saw a patient. He worked at Subway.
Okay.
And he was a young guy, 23 years old. Mm-hmm. And he would stand with his knees locked like this all day long.
Little hyperextension.
He had hyperextension. Yeah, his knee went, because he stood like that all the time, the back of the knee actually stretched out and he almost went the opposite direction a little bit.
And which some people don't even know they have it.
A lot of people don't know they have them. Genu recurvatum, isn't it?
I believe so, Bob. Now we're getting into Latin history.
Yeah. Anyway, so all I had him do is I had him stop doing that.
Yep.
And his pain went away.
So at work, instead of he was aware of his posture, you had him flex his knees slightly.
A lot of times what helps is if you flex your knees is you actually try to lean forward a little bit. Like if you straddle your legs, put one a little bit further ahead than the other, and just bring your upper chest forward a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
That stops you from locking your knees.
Right. It actually forces you to bend your knee to maintain your upright balance.
So you might think this looks ridiculous, but it looks actually good. You're actually getting a good posture. All right, number 2. You kind of showed me this one, Brad. Just stretching on a chair.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite stretches for my hips and my low back. And I'll find, a chair like this or something a little higher that's very solid, of course. And I'll just simply stretch in like this, particularly on my right side, because that's the side if I stand a lot, it's my right hip and my right leg that will hurt the most.
Yeah, and what this is doing is it's actually, you have the joints in your back that are all kind of jamming together when you stand. Yep. That gaps them. And it also gaps the hip a little bit, too.
Right. I mean, a little bit of SI issue with me.
Sure.
And I believe that's what's part of my issue. You'll know it's the right thing to do because it's going to feel like,
yeah, you're going to like, what a nice
stretch.
relief.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I started doing it at track meets. And you just were at one. But when I used to go to track meets, I was like, God, that's a good idea, Brad. So chalk one up for Brad.
There you go.
All right, another one is extension stretch into the counter. This is one we have patients do sometimes, especially with herniated discs and stuff like that. So, especially if you're doing a lot of if you're kind of bent forward a little bit, you're getting pressure on the sacrum and you're going into extension. It works well for Brad. Doesn't work for me. I'm too tall.
Right.
But it hits him right about the right spot.
If it's just below the belt line, it usually feels good. And if I go down on this a little bit, there we go. And you'll know. You can just work with that, stretch backwards and get that pressure. And it should just feel like, oh, that's a relief. If it doesn't, you want to go to the next one.
Right. And that's the whole idea between these hints is that we're giving you a lot of them. Find the ones that work for you. Use those. Discard the rest. All right, next one. Traction between 2 chairs. So real simple to do. You just find 2 steady chairs or a counter and a chair. Just to give your back some relief. How are we doing, Liz? Okay. So I'm just going to lean forward like this. And I'm taking stress through my arms, and I'm still on my toes.
Right.
You can lift up like this, but this is the most comfortable to keep a little contact with the ground.
And it's one of those things you work with it a little bit, and it's nice to have it so your elbows can lock straight out. It takes a lot less arm strength that way, but you just have to work with that, and usually hang maybe 10, 20, maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. I mean, it just to give some relief from the stress. The next one, I'm sorry we don't have a sample, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Putting a cushion in your shoes or putting a mat on the floor.
Right.
And you used to work with a lot of factory workers.
In industry, if you're at a lathe or a CNC machine, you're standing there removing parts in and out. It's amazing what a little cushion will do versus standing on the concrete floor. Or you could simply just put a Zorba or a cushion in your shoe, the whole length of the shoe, not just in the heel, but you want the whole length of the shoe. And you can find those at any store or online.
Yeah, it
they're
doesn't,
not too
have
expensive.
doesn't have to be anything fancy.
No.
I mean, just about, or anything custom made.
Right.
Just to get something in there.
Usually about $10 or $20, you find a good one.
Next one, we used to teach this one in our back class all the time. So when you're working at the sink, we teach patients to open the cupboard door and put one foot up in there. One, it allowed you to get a little closer to the sink. And two, it's the same thing. It takes a little stress off the back for a short period of time. And you can do it with a stool too. Brad's going to show that.
So you can see it flexes the hip and the knee, and you'll switch right to left every 5 or 10 minutes, whatever you're comfortable with.
This is another one I like to do. Over time, when I stand for a while, I think I get a little rounded out in my mid-back. So I just take my two fists. You got to have a little flexibility to do this.
Yeah.
And right there, my back just cracked.
Oh, yeah.
So you can work, all the way up the spine here if you got the flexibility. Well, you're getting up there, Brad, a little bit, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
So
I do have a little tight shoulders, as we know historically, but yeah, right there. Yeah.
There we go. So
very good. Thank you, Bob.
Two fists can be used for that. Next one is, and my old 4th grade teacher used to do this. So
was she old then?
She was old then, and she's gone now, I'm sure. So it's been a long time. So she'd do heel raises and toe raises.
Yeah.
She was having trouble with swelling in her feet, and so she was talked by her doctor. But this is a great thing to get blood flowing.
Simple muscle contraction and down below the knee will help move the fluid and the blood upwards, and it's a good balance thing too.
It's a good balance thing. And the last one kind of falls in that same vein, Brad. If you're hanging on, you see athletes doing this one. They're just warming up the legs, but you can swing forward and back, and you can also side to side here. This is just a way to get blood flowing through the whole leg there.
Nice for the hip too.
Yep, good for the hip too. Don't go too crazy. You don't even want to pop someone's,
right. If you had a hip replacement, you may want to.
Yeah, you wouldn't be doing these.
Right.
I wouldn't have you do this.
But the idea is to keep the legs swinging as relaxed as possible, kind of like a pendulum. Would that be
exactly.
accurate?
Letting it do the work for you.
About 10, 20 of them.
All right, well, that's 10 right there, Brad.
We're up to 10?
Yep. So remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything.
Except for
a broken heart. But we're working on it.
There you go. Say no more.
Thanks for watching.
No, I said say no more.
Oh.